Good Friday afternoon to each and every one. I hope you're having a fantastic day today. It's just personal reflection, Fridays, lessons that I learned as I'm living life. So I figured I'd share this quick story with you. So today I went to get my car serviced. I call my car Abby, short for abundance. And one of the experiences of that I've been having living in Illinois is for the last week or so, it's extremely cold in the morning. So the idea of jumping in your car and just heading out without warming it is just not a smart decision. Like literally today when we got in the car, it was 7 degrees. So a concern is in the other car that I used to have, or still have, the Jeep Liberty. Is still trying to get an engine for it, but in that particular car, you could turn it on, and my wife and I both have keys, so you lock the doors and you wait. Well, in this particular car, it has a push start mechanism, and so my concern is that you can't lock the doors. And while it's true that we live in a neighborhood that, to my knowledge, there's no crime that I know of, I'm also knowledgeable enough to know, why would you just leave your car running? So when you're trying to get to work, sometimes the challenge is you're trying to allot enough time to warm your car up, which means I sit with the car to warm it up. I and as I went to the Honda place today to talk to them about getting it, well, I got the car service. I asked them about that, and they were like, "Oh, well, as long as you have the key fob, you should be good, because even if somebody got in the car, unless they had the key fob, they couldn't go anywhere, because the minute that they hit the brake pedal to put the car in gear, the car is going to go off because the car is looking for the key fob." So I don't know if that's necessarily true. I've yet to decide do I want to really try that idea out, but it was at least interesting to hear. And so then they were like, "Well, it would probably be better if you had remote start." And I was like, "Well, how much does that cost? What is that?" They were like, "Oh, you'll have to see the parts and service people." So after they finished, you know, getting done with my car, I asked them about it. And he was like, "Let me go ask." And then when he came back, he was like, "You have remote start on your car already." I was like, "I do," and he basically showed me how it worked. We both laughed about it because I was telling friends that I felt like the Bama of the week, because I didn't know that on my key fob. At best, I know how to open the trunk and unlock and lock the doors. That's about all I know how to do. I don't know how to do anything else. And I was just thinking, as I was after I dropped the car off to my wife and headed into work, I was thinking about something my grandmother, used to say, when she would say, "The things that we don't know make a whole new world." And I thought about how sometimes in life that felt like shade, or that felt like, grandmama being spicy. But the older I get, I realize it's really true when we think about the things that we don't know, or how sometimes could there be other questions, could there be other things that, we could make our experiences a little bit better. And while it's true that we laughed about it, and I don't have anything negative to say about myself about it, I was just like, "Hey, I didn't know. But now I know, I can use that feature." So it was fun. And I remember saying to my spiritual dad and a good friend of mine, I was like, "I'm gonna ask my wife, does she know?" Because, my running thought or running joke is films or Scorpios. They know so much. They know a lot of stuff. That ain't shade. That's just be like, they just be knowledgeable about how things work. And you be like, "Oh, I ain't know that. I ain't even think about that." And I just think about that in life, about how sometimes there are things that we don't know, or sometimes how a lot of our experiences are shaped in what was. instead of what is. And I'm not trying to be deep. I'm just saying I was thinking about that because I was thinking about a lot of the experiences of me and cars have been the way that it was before. Yet the reality is when I think of Abby, from the process of getting Abby, as I call her Abundance, it's the process of just getting things done that need to be done with the car and daily life with it are not at all how it was when I had other vehicles. And what I'm finding is I have to shift my mind in order to realizing where I am right now. That while it's true that all of those other experiences are what they were and are, I can't go back and change and fix and make any of them better. I do have right now, and it's also true that right now I have things that are helpful, that are useful, that are applicable. I'm growing right now in just everyday things as far as learning that, you know what, here I am, concerned about locking the car, and I had the remote starter. Yeah. So I don't know where you are in your learning. I hope you know that you have some things that you're learning about in your life. Feel free to write the podcast, Encouraging Your Spirit Podcast at gmail.com, and let me know. But I just thought that was fascinating to me as far as one of those life lessons of, interesting, fascinating to think about. That's all I got. I hope you have a great, great, fantastic day. Thanks for taking time to listen to me banter and chat about notes from the field, things I'm learning as I'm living out here in these academic and Illinois streets. Peace.